with Music Capital. I'm about to head back to the green room and chat with Kairos before their set here at the Far Out Lounge and Stage. This is Find It Live. Hey y'all, you listen here with Music Capital. We are in the green room with Kairos at the Far Out Lounge and Stage. How's it going, y'all?
Going well.
Good.
All right, love to hear it. So in November, y'all released a music video for your track Pretty Pretty, and it seems like a lot of people are resonating with this, myself included. When I watched it, no one's resonating. Was that what's happening? You're disagreeing with me?
I was just
All right, fair enough. Well, when I was watching it, I was really relating to it, especially as a content creator, because it really feels like you're always at war between the algorithm versus creating art. What inspired the concept for this music video?
I would say just, trying to do it ourselves and being kind of confused about the whole thing, and just like it's a whole nightmare and a whole like crazy world out there that you're trying to be relevant in, just like a screaming void where there's all these different shapes and colors and different things coming at you, and it's just like it can be mind-boggling sometimes, and that's like where a little bit of the inspiration came from, of just like trying to encapsulate and transmogrify the all just like the craziness into this like short little blip, that's kind of what the concept came from, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Real quick, how do you spell transmogrify?
Don't do this.
He
said it.
All right, I had to. So your social media game is really on point. You have a lot of really entertaining content, and it's fun to watch. But do you ever have moments where you just feel overwhelmed by it all? And if you do, what do you do in those moments to get back to creating art?
Yeah, we're overwhelmed every single day by it. I mean, it's like just scrolling through it and not making content is overwhelming, just because like everyone has a tip video on like how you're supposed to do it, and like, oh, do this one to get more fans. You're like, oh man, I could have been doing that for all these years. But I don't know, to get back to being creative, like it just comes back to honestly like us hanging out together. Like that's where our best content comes from. It's like we set up like GoPro clips all over our practice room just to have them like on us all the time, because funny things happen in our like place where we record. But just like going back to the music, going back to hanging out with each other, like that's where we have the most fun anyways. So like that's what we want to show people.
Yeah, I pick up on that just from chatting with y'all for a little bit. So y'all met in San Marcos at Texas State, and there's a whole lot of different musical influences coming. When I'm listening to it, I hear metal, I hear reggae, I hear ska, I hear a little bit of surf rock. How did you come to this unique blend of your sound?
We're all ADD as fuck. Can I say fuck on here?
Yeah, I can say fuck on here.
Oh, we're all fucking ADD as fuck. And literally, we just can't think of like we can't focus on just like one thing. So we're just like, let's just fucking jam it all. Whatever feels good in the moment, we're gonna go with it. And for some reason, that's actually had quite a positive response with like a lot of people live. They're like, I really like how all over the place y'all are and how everything is different. So we just kind of stuck to that, and that was kind of our thing.
Yeah, and one thing we get told a lot about our music that I really take to heart every time is that like even though it's all over the place, like there's often a through line, and people can like hear a Kairos sound, whatever that means. And I don't know what that is, but I do also agree with it, and I really appreciate when people say it back to us, like a lot. It's a huge compliment to us.
Y'all have a new album coming out this year. What can we expect sound-wise from that?
A lot more weird out there stuff. We're trying to focus it down, because we've been doing, before we'd have like 5-6 minute songs with 8 different parts, and now we're like, all right, let's narrow it down, get it like dialed in, but still have that eccentric like weird sound.
Yeah. Any concepts you can lend light to on your new album? Are you still focusing on the algorithm versus the artist, or are you branching into some other ideas here?
Well, we didn't expect Pretty Pretty to be the one to like get like the attention on Spotify and stuff. Like we like it and all, but now that it has, we've kind of been leaning more into synthesizers and like the heavier stuff. And honestly, that's what we've kind of always liked to play more anyway. So we're like, cool, if you like it, we'll do it. And so we are leaning in. Synthesizers is a big part of it, and like synthesizers not even just as like a instrument, but it's like a vibe. Like the whole like 80s like synth pop and stuff. Like we're really kind of like listening to a lot of that, and that bleeds over into our creation as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, we're putting a lot more of our guilty pleasures into this new music. Like, the stuff that we may have been a little ashamed of, like, is that too much? But, like, no. Like, now we're just like, fuck it, it's our guilty pleasure. Let's put it in there and let's make it dope. I will say that for sure.
Okay, so real quick, one by one, what's your guilty pleasure song?
Every Time We Touch, Cascada.
Oh my gosh. What's that Toby Keith song? I want to talk about me, I want to talk about number one. Don't mind me, mind what I think, what I like, what I know, what I want, what I see. I love that fucking song.
Oh man, anything Britney Spears.
Jake only listens to cool music. Jake only listens to cool,
I'm
like,
just not ashamed of
nobody's
anything.
heard of it music.
So y'all toured with Los Stellarians, which if you don't know, that's 311's side project. What was the highlight of that tour for y'all?
Yeah, so we joined them on their 2 Texas dates when they came in, and the highlights was just hanging out with them. Yeah, do y'all want to add to that at all? They were really fun.
They were awesome, and it was like a very different world to like kind of just meet them and everything, but also just seeing this guy that we've been listening to for a really long time come up and say, "Hey, y'all did really great." It was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" Like we were like, "Oh," but we were like, "Oh, cool, bro. Yeah, thanks, appreciate it. Thanks,
Whatever.
Yeah, have a good one. We're cool. Yeah."
Well, sweet. Anything else you want to add before you hit the stage tonight?
Follow us at Music of Kairos.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks again, y'all.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sasonaba